The Full Circle. With DC.
And a very, very, very good day, everybody. My name is DC. I am the host of The Full Circle, a podcast where we link songs together with the last song, linking back to the first song, hence completing the full circle. This week, I have a very special guest. He is the first voice you hear on The Full Circle. That's a very, very fun fact because he's the guy that says The Full Circle with DC. An absolute honour to have on The Full Circle. An absolute legend. His name is Ben Reilly O'Donnell. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Dev. How you doing? Thanks for the intro.
Oh, absolute honour. I mean, like, you've been the voice of The Full Circle since it began all those years ago.
Yeah, since day one. And yeah, it feels like a long time since we were in Camden and I was listening to you doing your previous podcasts about wrestling and here today now.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that would be you. So here is a fun fact. So we used to be roommates. We used to actually share the same room together. And I think we've had a conversation about it since. I think we were both like, oh my goodness, like probably a bit nervous about what the other person's going to be like, etc. But I think we were both relatively satisfied, weren't we? Relatively, right? Is it fair to say?
Yeah, it was good. We ended up living together after that, so it must have been all right.
Yeah, exactly. So we must have got along a bit. Yeah. But obviously you'd be up at like, was it 5 a.m. for like rowing?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a bit silly. It used to take me a long time to get to the river, so I'd be waking you up, trying to creep out. I remember putting my clothes in my bag outside the door and just going out in my pants and then getting my clothes on and leaving while some people were still on their way in from nights out.
Yeah, and then there'd be other times when I would do the wrestling podcast, as you said, I would be awake at like 2 a.m. and I felt really bad. Like, but you said no, you sleep through it. And in fairness, you are a heavy sleeper, so it worked out pretty well, thankfully.
Yeah, it was fine.
Well, that was 2010, so that's 16 years ago now. I mean, 16 years later, how are you? How have things been?
Yeah, I'm good. I think my body aches a bit more, but apart from that, I'm still the same person, I think.
The signs of no longer being as youthful as we once were.
Yeah.
There were so many fun times at uni, which we could talk about. You know, that could be a whole show in itself. But you've created a full circle, and I don't know what the songs are. So can you give a little bit of a preview? Is it like all over the place, or is it one specific genre or style? What have you gone for the full circle?
So there's some songs on here where I've listened to very little of the artists at all. And it's just one song that's hit me. So this morning, as I was taking my train to work, I just wrote down 10 songs that I've been listening to recently, or I just kind of thought if I was going to talk about music, I would talk about them. And then I kind of narrowed them down this evening on the train back home and tried to form some quite tenuous links between some of them. But yeah, it's mainly guitar-based music, new stuff, old stuff. I don't think you'll like very much of it, though.
Oh, no. Oh, that's not good.
Your taste is a bit heavier than mine.
I mean, I think the podcast songs are for sure. I mean, let's look. I'm open. I'm excited. I'm actually very curious now to know what songs you're going to go for.
I also, before we actually get into things, I need to say, why have you never seen Maximo Park before? I can't believe that. So one of me and Tilda's first Tilda's my partner. For those who don't know, probably nobody. One of the first dates we went to see Maximo Park play the full Certain Trigger album at the Roundhouse in Camden when we lived together.
I did not know that.
Yeah. It was
Where
epic.
was our invite?
I don't know.
Wow.
But I can't believe you didn't come.
Well, that would be why, because you didn't ask.
Well, I don't remember not asking.
I mean, if it was a date, fair enough. I mean, it would have been a bit weird to intrude.
Do you mind if my mate Deb comes with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah, I would have if I knew that, and obviously if it wasn't a date, I would have gone. But yeah, I mean, in the end, because it was a birthday gift for Abby, we didn't see them. We saw Motionless in White, who are really good, but
Yeah,
Maximum Park, yeah, their first album, A Certain Trigger. I mean, that
unbelievable.
album is so good.
I didn't play a lot of FIFA, but you used to play a lot of FIFA, and the soundtrack in that FIFA 2008 kind of era around then was just hit after hit. It was so good.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Right, Ben. I mean, you said that maybe not many people who are listening to this or watching this may not know who you are, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that are listening to this because they do know you. But do you wanna give like a summary about who you are, and also, sorry to put you on the spot, are you able to give me a fun fact that even I don't know about you?
I'll give you an introduction first, and I'll try and think of a fun fact also. Yeah, I'm Ben. I'm from Durham in the northeast of England. I come from a big family, and I'm a scientist. So my day job is at Imperial College London, and I research hearts, and I'm interested in the standard now, the heartbeats. So a fun fact for you. What would a fun fact be? Do you know how big a heart cell is? An individual heart muscle cell. Do you know, Deb?
I mean, they probably taught us that at med school, but
I don't think they
wouldn't be
would,
able
because
to give
you're
the exact
interested in the
answer now.
organ. I'm interested in the cells on their own. So each one is 0.1 of a millimeter long. So you can actually see them with the naked eye. When you look at them in a dish, you can actually see them. They're that big. And
Wow.
the vast majority of heart muscle cells have 2 nuclei.
Okay.
There's some facts. It's not about me, but it's about my job.
They're fun facts.
Oh, wait a minute. I have heart muscle cells that are 0.1 of a millimeter long, and most of them have 2 nuclei. There you go.
Yeah, nice. I like that. I mean, that's probably gone over the heads of a lot of people. But no, actually, I don't want to put any disrespect to the listeners. No disrespect to the Full Circle Nation. I'm sure there's a lot of people that knew exactly what you're talking about.
I don't have I don't have an amplifier rig in the background to talk to, sort of give you a rundown of which one I wrote Teenage Dirtbag on or anything like that. So sorry, I'm a bit more boring.
Okay, but can I give a fun fact that is pretty cool? And it's not about you. I'm sorry. It's not about you. But it's about Tilda. She's an Olympian.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. She was at the Tokyo Games. So yeah, very, very proud of her. And I don't let us forget it either. So when we were watching the Winter Olympics recently, I keep on giving her a nudge, being like, just like you. Nah. Yeah, really cool.
Were you able to go for free? Were you able to go?
No, because it was a lockdown Olympics, so we weren't allowed to.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, we were planning on going, but so we did. I went to Tilda's parents' house, and because it was in Tokyo, so most of the events were in the middle of the night. So I stayed at theirs, and we all stayed up till 3 a.m. to watch her race and all that sort of stuff. So it was, it was quite. We were all kind of dressed up and lots of party poppers everywhere and all this sort of stuff. It was great fun. It was when I picked Tilda up from the airport. They'd been flown back by BA, and they had BA had given them champagne on the flight and everything like that. And I hadn't seen her for months because of all the lockdowns and everything. So I leaned into her, give her a cuddle, and I literally recoiled from the smell of champagne coming off of her because it was that strong. She was like, "Oh, cheers, missed you too."
Oh, that's beautiful. No, fair. No, massive achievement for her. And
Yeah,
like you say, very, very, you must be very proud, very proud.
of course.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, and sorry, again, not putting the spotlight on you, apologies, but, and I'm going to say it because again, it's not something that you're, I think you're humble. I think you're very humble. And, you have got a PhD. And I'm not meaning that as a joke. You have actually got
I've actually got one, yeah.
Yeah.
Did I get my doctorhood before you got your doctorhood?
So I don't know if you remember, I came back to London when I finished my medical degree and then did my first 2 years. So I did get my degree a couple of years before you, and I don't know if you remember, but me, you, and Jay Sanchez went to Nando's together. We were going to go to the Filipino place. I think it was called Jollibee or something, but it was absolutely. And then I think it was in those preceding months that you showed us the photos of yourself where you basically like, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, you ballooned.
I did, yeah. I look like Brian. But have you ever watched Brian Butterfield? It's like the comedian from the Brian Butterfield diet. I just kind of inflated the PhD weight was real, you know.
Yeah, which obviously, we're all different weights, but for you, that was very uncharacteristic, wasn't it, for you?
Yeah. It was, I'm quite a skinny guy at the best of times. And then I accidentally put 20 kilos on by eating too much toast at 4 a.m. trying to write a thesis. But it came off. It came off.
I was gonna say, well, yeah, the weight came off, but also the PhD came off. So it all worked in the end.
Yeah. I can't recommend doing it that way, but maybe just write your thesis as you go. But
Oh, but surely everyone just does it how you do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. It's because you need to be in the lab as much as possible, so you always end up doing a lot. Feels like a long time ago now.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that's like, is it like almost like 8-9 years ago now? Over that,
I think it's coming up to 8 years since I submitted. Yeah, too long.
Wow. Yeah, fair play. And there you are now teaching the youth of today. What done? Okay, let's hear the first song choice then. What's the first song that you've chosen for the full circle?
Yeah, Geese. Do you like Geese, the band?
Oh, okay. I've heard of them, and carry on. Tell me the name of the song.
Right. So, the name of the song is "Oh Pies de Cocaine," which is one of their most popular tracks. It's just a very gentle cuddle of a song. You just listen. It's almost like a lullaby, but it's quite euphoric. It's almost got it's almost like a hymn. And it's just a really, really nice song to listen to. Cameron Winters. So this is one of the songs where about 2 months ago, I decided I keep on hearing about Geese and Cameron Winters. So I just started listening to their albums. I don't really know the name of many of the songs because I just put them on and listen to them while I'm doing stuff. It's very much the mid-30s male who used to like the Arctic Monkeys, but needs something a bit gentler these days,
Fair. Okay. I do normally rein things in when I talk about bands and stuff on the full circle, but I'm going to be open about this. So I think they were just, like you said, they were just being spoken about a lot. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should check them out. And I just can't get into his voice. There's something about his voice that I just can't get into.
You do kind of find yourself going, can you enunciate? Like, use your you have a diaphragm, like, use it. Project. But I can't help but feel that, like, part of me's thinking as well. I mean, because I think they're from New York, and part of me's a bit like, the Strokes were like the band that you should have listened to when we were kids, and I would, but I feel like if I had my time again, I would have listened to more of the Strokes and gone to more of their concerts and things like that. And so part of me is thinking, is this the new cool wave of like gentle rock? And I don't want to miss the zeitgeist. So although I know it's very popular, I'm kind of like, let's try and ride the wave, try and see if I can actually catch this one instead of letting it pass me by a little bit.
That's fair. No, the first song on the full circle, Geese, Who Paid You Cocaine. Okay, nice. Yeah, no, fair. And I've heard of them. And yeah, I mean, decent. It's a good shout. I want to hear the link. You said the links are a bit tenuous. So how does it link to the second song that you've chosen for the full circle?
Look, can I tell you the second song first and then reverse explain it? Okay. So my second song is Rosalia, and it's her song Berghain. So last weekend with the Brit Awards, and I would never ever usually tune into the Brit Awards, but I've been doing lots of work on my house, renovating my house, and it was just on the telly, and it was something to just kind of slop out in front of and watch. And Rosalia performed this song live, and it was unbelievable performance. It was so. Did you manage to see it, or did you not see it?
Abby showed me it because apparently it was incredible. Yeah,
it was absolutely unbelievable. So on the evening, she won International Artist of the Year at the Brits, and Geese won International Band of the Year. So they're the international winners of the Brits. So that's my link between the two. Hopefully, did that pass muster with you, or is it too tortured?
No, love it. No, that's not tenuous at all. I've heard more. I think that's a solid, very good link actually. Yes, I saw that, and I think there was this like I think it was like the last minute where they like go into this like trance mode sort of.
So I actually wrote this down. So she had a remix. She did a bit of a remix of the actual album track, and so they had just one of her fans who's a DJ called Conrad Taylor. He did a techno remix of the song. So I believe his whole concept was the song goes from her singing opera. It's kind of like 400 years of music in a song. So she starts with opera, and then she goes through genres. And then Björk turns up for some random weird reason and does some sort of Icelandic witch chant, and then it becomes this kind of pop song type dance song at the end. And then so this guy's done this remix to make it techno, so that then the Berghain can be played in Berghain in Berlin. That's kind of the concept of it. But the dance, particularly at the end, is just absolutely. I don't like dance. I don't like Rosalia particularly, but I just thought this is something else. It was absolutely brilliant. So I felt I had to talk about it. So I'm glad Abby liked it as well.
Yeah, she and I think her and I, because there was we had one of the lead singer of Fakovi on, Janine, and she chose Rosalie. I must admit, never heard of Rosalie until she spoke about them. And now, that Brit Award performance was something remarkable. And yes, I wondered if there's going to be a connection with those two, because I do remember Geese winning something at the Brit Awards, and I think they got muted, didn't they? They got muted, I believe.
Yeah. I believe it was a Free Palestine remark.
Would you rather have the final race of the Formula One ruined, or get in trouble for playing corridor cricket in your first year of uni?
I think I would rather have the Formula One ruined, because corridor cricket's for life. You know, that's not something I can't give that up. That was epic. It was one of the best things of living in halls. It's just taking chunks out of the wall, trying to do a pull shot in a corridor that's about a metre wide.
No, they'll get the bill off us. If we're admitting that now. We didn't do that. It was already there.
It was the chunks out the wall.
It was already there. The chunks were there.
It was the other end of the corridor to our bedroom. It was nothing to do with us.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we have to put some context. So, I think you'd been out all day, and I think you came back, and obviously, like I said, we shared the same room. So then I think I just went on BBC Sport. I was just like, oh, let's see what's happened in sport. And then literally the first line was it Vettel wins F1 championship. Sorry for spoiling the 2011 Formula One World Championship, by the way. Sorry. But yeah, you were just like...
Oh,
you weren't happy.
So at the time, I was quite into my Formula One, and I used to watch as much of it as possible. And if I'd had like a big day out, say on the river or something, because everyone was less connected those days, like you could just like avoid a result and just watch everything back, and it wouldn't kind of ruin. You could have a proper media blackout, unless your roommate decides to log on to the BBC Sport and then read out all the headlines. But you were so upset, and I was kind of like, oh, well, you've kind of saved me 3 hours of watching the race here or whatever it was, you know? Like, I think you were more upset than I was, because it was like, you've ruined it. Okay. I kind of processed it a bit, you know?
I think I was devastated, because
I'm not sure you're over it yet.
Yeah. No, gutted. And as you mentioned, I think it was like during like the height of exams in particular. I think I bought my cricket bat back from home, and I think unfortunately, after we'd like finished the day, you know, studying, revising for our exams, I think we just played some corridor cricket. Unfortunately, there were some people in halls. I'm not going to name them. I'd love to, but there's a good song. I think there's a good song called "My Name Is Luca." I live on the second floor. Unrelated to who might have dubbed us in, but basically, someone dubbed us in, and I think that led to, I don't know who came. People just came like into the corridors, and we just like absolutely legged it into the rooms, didn't we? And then like, I can't remember who was outside, but someone was at the front, and yeah, they got a massive telling off, didn't they?
Halls was full of people doing stupid things, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's tame.
Yeah, if the maddest thing you're doing in halls is playing a game of cricket inside. We were doing it with a tennis ball as well. You know, we weren't being dangerous. It wasn't a full cricket ball.
Yeah, no, we would never do that, just to clarify. Yeah, well, you know, well said. I think the issue was, obviously it was during like exam season. I think, like I said, some people who will remain nameless, but I've already told you what our favourite song is. Yeah, they just weren't happy with us doing it, were they?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Shout out to them. Okay, next one. Would you rather be involved in the rowing world only or in the science world only?
I mean, you're dividing me there. I don't know. My life has probably got two halves. So Matilda, my partner, her job is, well, she was an Olympian. So she's now one of the coaches for the Oxford-Cambridge boat race. So half of our life is taken up with all of the sort of training and competing associated with that. And so, for example, over New Year, Matilda went on training camp with the guys to Italy. And so I went on training camp with the team as well, just to kind of actually be able to see Matilda for a bit of the Christmas period. So we had 10 days in Italy. But then I always say, if I won the lottery, I would just pay for my own lab and just do science all day. So I actually don't think I can pick. What happens if I can't pick?
Well, defeats the purpose of the game, doesn't it?
What do you think? What do I
think you should go for?
What do you think? Because when we used to live together, I used to row every day. Whereas I haven't been in a rowing boat properly for probably since I lived with you.
Well, that's why I said the rowing world, because I knew if I said, would you rather stop rowing or stop science, I thought the answer would be like science. But I know that obviously with Matilda, etc., and you still, you said, that's a big part of your life. I think if it was you personally, I think if you're being selfish, like legit selfish, like just yourself and forgetting about, obviously it's important, but I think you'd go for science. But I guess you're also thinking about both of yours and also the impact out of work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I guess maybe I would keep science because there's always a different sport. So like I think I would find another sport that I would like to be involved in, or like I do. As I say, I don't really row very much anymore, but I still cycle, I run, I do other stuff. Yeah, maybe I'd keep science and get rid of rowing. Can't believe I just said that.
I was going to say, that was hard for you to say, but I think it's the right answer.
I think it probably is. Are we working through something here, Dad?
Yeah, this show is basically a psychotherapy session essentially. Yeah. That's what this show is
Trauma
about.
cast.
Yeah. Now this next one is a little bit less deep. It's just one which I just think would be quite funny. Would you rather have no eyelashes for a year or no eyebrows for a year?
See, I've got lots of eyebrows and lots of eyelashes. So again, I'd probably say at the moment eyelashes, because my house is, as I said, I'm renovating my house, so it's very dusty. So I think I'd keep my eyelashes, because I guess you can paint them on. You'd stick them on, because you can paint on eyebrows, can't you? It'd look very weird, but yeah, I think I'd keep the eyelashes, get rid of the eyebrows.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I think so you'd get rid of the eyebrows, did you say?
Yeah, I think I would. Because you can draw them on, and then, like, the only, like, actual job they serve is to keep sweat out your eyes, isn't it? So I could just get a sweatband. Whereas, like, eyelashes, I don't know if false eyelashes keep dust out your eyes in the same way.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I'd be interested to see. I mean, loads of people use false eyebrows. So I guess, yeah.
I mean, does it suit?
I feel like we need to I don't think it works with fingers. I feel like we need to get a photo and do that eyebrow
edit it out.
Yeah, and maybe I'll do it afterwards so we can see.
It would give me a very big forehead.
Yeah. Who did we call someone? Actually, I don't know if this is something we should be saying on air. But did we call someone a five head at uni? Was that just me?
I don't remember. I quite like using the phrase five head. So it wouldn't it wouldn't necessarily be. It's likely, but I can't remember a specific person. I don't think I would have said it to their face. I think it would have been, a kind joke behind closed doors.
Kind?
Well, just a little bit of light ribbon.
Fair enough. Okay. I mean, there is one I do remember, but I certainly can't say it on air.
Yes, you can't say that one.
Do you think I know? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. Yeah, there's lots of reasons why you can't say that one.
No, I don't. Well, yeah. Okay. Would you rather? Last one. Would you rather? Oh my goodness. Would you rather listen to? This is the one I ask everyone now. Would you rather listen to one song forever, or any song but one time only?
Any song, one time only. Variety is the spice of life. I'd 100% go for different song every time. And plus, the full chord song. Eventually, the same song will come back round, won't it? So,
yeah, good point. That is funny. That's a funny video, and it's so true about how songs you may not even realise that they have a similarity to other songs, and yeah. But what would be the one if you had to choose one song forever? What would be that one song?
I'm not sure. I'm really episodic at the moment, so I'll listen to a song loads of times. So last week it was Berghain, and I listened to it 20 plus times last week, and I don't really know why. So I kind of go through these phases where I kind of hit it really hard. I did go through a phase which it keeps on coming back to me, which is a couple of years ago when the Beatles documentary the Peter Jackson documentary came out on Disney. The bit where Paul writes Get Back, I've watched that segment I don't know how many times. I think it's just brilliant to see genius falling out of somebody's head. It's so brilliant. And there's multiple takes and mixes that you can find online of Get Back and those songs. There's Glyn Johns was one of the sound engineers, was on the Get Back recording sessions, and he's on that. He's in the film quite a bit, and he didn't actually do the final mix for the album. I think it went to Phil Spector or something, and Phil Spector just turned everything up really loud, whereas Glyn Johns had a more nuanced sort of mix, and because he'd been in the room, he kind of knew what had happened. So possibly Glyn Johns' mix of Get Back. I think there's one called Take 17 as well. They're numbered. I'm not a huge Beatles fan, so I've probably misremembered some facts here. But if you get deep dives into the Beatles, people had a specific take from the recording sessions, and they go, "Oh, I prefer that one to that one." It's a good little wormhole to get lost in.
Mate, thanks so much for answering this with your other questions. Relatively okay, and no dissing anyone. How does Rosalia Bergain link to the third song on the Full Circle?
So I feel like I've kind of made a double link here. So a lot of bands or artists self-title their first album. Both Rosalia and Fontaines DC haven't named an album after themselves, and they both currently have 4 studio albums released. They have the same number of albums released, and they've never named an album after themselves. And that was the biggest link between the two of them. The song I chose is by Fontaines is Starburster. Have you seen Fontaines?
This is an exact. I think they're the band that I think I like the most, that I want to see live. So we could have seen them at Glastonbury, but because of so many clashes, we couldn't see them. We could have seen them at the Electric Ballroom and did an intimate show, but then because I was working, we couldn't. It's just been really unfortunate. So I haven't seen them live, and they are actually a band. That album, Romance. Oh my goodness!
And I think Romance distilled why I like them, and it's because they just do something different. Every album is something different, yet it could only be Fontaines. Romance couldn't be another band, yet it's very different to Skinty Fart or any of their other music. There's a thread there, but they clearly they have interests, they indulge themselves, and I just think it was a real culmination of artists at the absolute top of their game. And there's this like nihilism to their music of kind of, Starburster has that kind of grudgery, it has that guttural like roar in the chorus. That's kind of why I chose it. I think that distills what it is to be a Fontaines DC song at the moment. And I get, he's well, it's DC, so DC likes DC.
I love it. Yes, exactly. I think
just came to me.
Yeah, nice. Very well done. Very well done. I like the little combo. I Love You was the song that I think really was like, oh wow, this is really good. Like I didn't listen to them much. I only listened to them because they were at Glastonbury. So I was like, oh, let's check them out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, yeah, they've got some really good songs. And then when Starburster came out, because it was just before they were at Glastonbury, I was like, oh, this is so good. It was just so unfortunate. I think it was the same day. I think the 4 headliners on Friday were like on this at the same time. So Dua Lipa on the main stage, Idols on another stage, Fontaines DC, and another band that I absolutely love called Skindred. So there was 4 potential artists that I would have loved to have seen live, and in the end I did just choose Skindred because I'd never seen them live before, so I just wanted to see them.
I guess you'll still get like a bit like there's Fontaines out. Are they doing a Finsbury Park gig this year, or was that last year?
So I think that was the other thing. At the same time as Finsbury Park was that Ozzy Osbourne Back to the Beginning.
Did you go back to the beginning?
Yeah, man.
I had not clocked that. Sorry, I missed that.
No, it's fine. So that was the same time.
Here's a controversial question for you. Youngblood seems to have got a lot of like laurels for his performance there and clearly his friendship with Ozzy. I don't get it. Like, was he good? Like in the bowl, was he like in the stadium? Was he good, or was it? Am I right in thinking that I don't actually think he's very good?
So I think the performance of Changes he did was really, really good. And I think he really performed it well for a really hard song. And I think he got a lot of respect from people by doing that song. Now, this is a really difficult thing to say. But if anyone, obviously RIP to Ozzy, really sad. But if anyone has been able to capitalize on his death, Youngblood is up there.
That's kind of my feeling, because I don't get him. A lot of people clearly do, so that's that. But I think if you look at some of the other tributes, so there was the one it wasn't the Grammys. There was an American award show a couple of weeks ago, and they got Slash to play War Pigs with what's the rapper guy? Sorry, that's a really bad. Did you see this? There's a version of
No.
I'm gonna have to Google it now.
What? Yeah, while you're talking about it, I know that Robbie Williams did one at the Brits for Ozzy.
Yeah, that was rubbish.
About the rap.
Oh,
really?
Post Malone. I didn't like the Robbie one at all. Post Malone singing War Pigs is top. Like seriously good. War Pigs is another song that I've got stuck into a one-track mind of, and like gone onto YouTube and watched every live version I can find multiple times in the same night, and picking your favorite one. There's one of Ozzy like clearly off his face. He's in front of a rainbow. I think it's like an MTV gig in like 1984 in like LA or something. Absolutely brilliant version of it. But yeah, the Post Malone, he absolutely smashed it out of the park. Like, would seriously recommend listening to that. He's got that gravel in his voice. I thought, oh, this is going to be rubbish. Let's have a listen to this. Let's have a laugh. It was brilliant.
I heard the Robbie one had got. I haven't watched Robbie's. I heard that his has got a divided opinion.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It just wasn't good.
Really?
But I'm trying to think what other things I enjoyed for the Back to the Beginning. I don't really remember what else I saw. I mean, I enjoyed when Ozzy was singing.
Yeah, but he did well. I mean, he did well for someone that was clearly at death's door and couldn't move.
Yeah, I was very sad when he died. His music was very, very important. Gutted I didn't go to that kid.
It was expensive. That's the only thing I'd say. We were really umming and ahhing, and then tickets came up. I think some extra tickets came up. Expensive. I guess it was worth the money, especially for the show you got. I think there were other bands there that I wanted to see, like Alice in Chains. Like I really liked some of their stuff, so they were cool.
Metallica were there, weren't they?
Metallica were there. I tell you who the disappointment was. So I'd never seen Guns N' Roses live before. I thought they were disappointing.
Oh, I saw them at Leeds Festival in like 2009. I mean, not Slash, what you call what's the Axel did his classic thing of turning up an hour late. It was they were the last headliner of the last night, and my brother had his graduation the next day. So I had to drive from Leeds. When this gig finished, I had to pack up my tent, drive home, and then take a train to London the next morning to get to my brother's graduation. I remember I was so tired. I remember having a sleep lying on a bench in Russell Square. And my gran was sat next to me being like, "What's up with you?" I was like, "I've just had a week getting drunk in a field in Leeds."
Wow.
But yeah, Guns N' Roses were not good that night either.
No, I've heard it depends on the night, apparently.
Yeah. I think the nights are getting fewer and further between as well. I think back in the day, maybe they were a bit better, but yeah. I mean, they've been going for so long now.
Yeah. Because that's the big reason why we're not doing download, because the headliners on paper, like for me, like, you know, Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, like love them. But Guns N' Roses, I just felt was a bit weak as a third headliner.
Do you know,
festival.
there's now a set of bands who are still going. So I'd put Guns N' Roses in this. I'd put the Rolling Stones in this, where I don't think people go anymore because they want to hear the band. They want to go because they want to say, I saw the Rolling Stones, or I saw the Who, or I saw Pink Floyd. You know, Pink Floyd aren't touring at the moment, but you know, I think there's bands that it's a lot of that kind of, you know, they are dying, unfortunately. Bob Dylan, there's another one where I think people go to say they've been to see Bob Dylan. People go to Bob Dylan gigs and can't even tell what his set list is anymore because he just plays any sort of rubbish, you know. So I kind of stopped myself. I would love to have been to see those bands, but I kind of find myself, like you're saying, like holding back and thinking maybe I could spend my money elsewhere and see new music, or you know, see more bands rather than spending a lot of money on one gig to see somebody pretend to play guitar.
Yeah. I will say though, we managed to get very like that they did it where you had to get there in person, you had to go on the day, and it was for Foo Fighters at Shepherd's Bush.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness, that was incredible.
Was this pre or post Taylor?
Oh, this is like literally last month.
Oh right, okay. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. So they announced a show, like they announced these like intimate pop-up shows.
Cool.
And one of them was at Shepherd's Bush Empire, and you had to queue like a few days before. That's the only way you can get tickets. And I was like, because for me, it's not too far to like travel on the tube. I was just like, yep, I'm going. And I'm actually get tickets.
Amazing.
You are right. Like I think Taylor Hawkins, you know, massive loss.
Yeah.
But in terms of a show, it was still pretty good. Really good, actually.
I mean, Dave Grohl is 80% of the Foo Fighters, isn't he? It's not, you know, he is very much front and center. Yeah, I think I've seen the Foo Fighters. I must have. You said about pop-up gigs, though. A gig I regret not having seen is Prince. Prince played a couple of nights at Coco when we lived in, and you just turned up and it was like 15 quid on the door and you just had to queue all day. And it was my first lab placement. And I was just like too scared to like leave the lab early and just say to my boss, no, I'm going to go watch Prince. I think at the time, probably I didn't listen to very much Prince, and I kind of thought he was a bit washed because a lot of his more popular stuff is actually quite trashy. Like, I think he is. I think he's like wildly inconsistent with his music. If you just look at any of his live gigs, I think you just can't. Like, he's absolutely unbelievable. So that's a big regret that we could have gone to that pop-up and we didn't, because I picked science over music that day rather than science over rowing.
I mean, it's probably the right thing to do for your, like, you know, career, but for that one day, it probably wouldn't have had much of an impact, would it?
Yeah, I should have gone.
I mean, I think, yeah, it's one of those things where I think I've definitely learned that you might as well do things, especially music, especially gigs, you just don't know when it's going to stop. Like, obviously we were not at an age, I was not at an age, but obviously I'm pretty gutted that Daft Punk never really did live shows when we could have seen them.
Yeah. I really loved the Alive 97 albums, and then they did the Alive 2007. And we were just, Well, we would have been 16 or so when 15, 16 when 2007 came out. And so I don't even know where those shows played, but we were just too young, but young enough to like old enough to enjoy music. And so it was like waiting for Alive 2017. It was like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And then like the Get Lucky album came out and that was fantastic at the time. They very much went into a very much more popular music, with Get Lucky. It was brilliant at the time. I can't listen to it now. It's just so overplayed.
Really?
I think it's just too much for me now. I've listened to it
the whole album.
No, I was meaning specifically the single. Like,
Okay,
there's that Giorgio Magori or whatever.
Oh, that's such a tune.
End. That's really good. Yeah, I still think it's obviously a really incredible album, and yeah, I love them. But yeah, gutted that I never got to see them. Did you see that Fred again was doing a load of gigs at Ali Pali over the last few weeks? Did you see that? Did you see that they got one of the lads from Daft Punk to DJ with them?
Really? Oh wow! Yeah. I did not know that.
So there was one night where half of Daft Punk turned up, and then there was another night that you would have preferred the other night. Mike Skinner turned up and did it, and Underworld were with them as well. And there's a really cool recording of it's one of the street songs. There's some really good recordings of both those gigs, and the set that he's got. I don't know if you've seen it, but he kind of has it. He's not quite in the round, but it's very much like Boiler Room, where they have people in behind the decks and all that sort of stuff. But he's kind of covered the ceiling in this like amoeba-like. There's like this weird sheet kind of thing, and it's just shifting shakes. It's almost like a cloud. So at points, the ceiling's like right on top of the crowd, and then it opens up and all this sort of stuff. It's like there's some sort of art installation with it as well, where there's some sort of sunrise, sunset thing. So the set would finish, and then there'd be like, I think it was a sunset that over the next half an hour, 40 minutes, there'll be a lighting show with all these kind of movements and stuff for people to just kind of decompress after this really intense gig. But yeah, half of Daft Punk played it. He did a bit of One More Time.
That must have gone. That I bet you that absolutely like made everyone.
Yeah, it went off. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's probably up there for me. No, fair, no. Yeah. In short, if you want to go to a gig, do everything you can to try and do it. That's what happened to me in Foo Fighters at Shepherd's Bush, because I was just finished a night shift, and I was just like, will I regret it if I don't get a ticket? And I was like, I will. So I'm going to go. Even though I was like knackered, just finished a night shift, wanted to go to bed, I was like, no, I'm going to go and get it, because you do just, unfortunately, and it's one of those things where like, it's easy to reflect on and be like, I should have done it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, just if you've got the opportunity and you can do it, just go for it. I think that's what I've learned. Obviously, if money allows, obviously you can't don't like break the bank.
Don't go into debt.
Yeah.
What was the best song and why was it Everlong?
See, that's not. It's controversial. I'm not too fussed about Everlong. I mean, Best of You. Their singles are so good. The only thing that did make me miss Taylor is when they did The Pretender, and I think Taylor Hawkins, he sings the chorus. The current drummer, bless him, great drummer, but he can't sing.
Yeah. And Taylor could sing.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like his vocals on the chorus was so good. Yeah. Whereas, fun fact: the drummer of the current band Foo Fighters was in the same band of a convicted felon who is now passed away.
Who's that?
Oh, do you not remember? Come on, you got to remember.
Was he in? Lost LP, Lost
from Steps.
From Steps.
Yeah. No, they got the same name. No, I'm joking. They've got the same name. I don't want to cause any confusion. Sorry.
I was thinking, what did Joe from Steps or Hannah from Steps do? And no. I didn't know they played the drums.
No, the lead singer of that band, obviously. Yeah, the drummer played with the same band. Yeah, fun fact. Well, not that fun at all. All right. Anyway, let's move on to the fourth song. How does Fontaine's DC Starburster link to the fourth song on the Full Circle?
So we kind of mentioned it already. Both Fontaine's and this next band played support at a Finsbury Park gig. So Fontaine's, I was at this gig, supported Sam Fender. I was absolutely chuffed that I was actually kind of more interested in the support act than the actual headliner. And the band I've chosen next, Wet Leg, they were support to Pulp, who are a band I haven't managed to see and I would love to go see. And I've chosen their song Monge too. Reason being, I loved Wet Leg's first album. I thought they were absolutely brilliant. They kind of couldn't really play their instruments to begin with. I think they're much better now, but they had some great songs kind of coming out of lockdowns and all that sort of stuff. It was just really fun, and they had a sense of silliness to what they did. I was really worried because they went quiet for a couple of years, and I was a bit like, they're going to just have one album and that's going to be it. So when the new album came out, I was kind of a bit like worried that it wasn't going to be very good. And I just think it's brilliant. The whole album is really, really good. I think Monge 2 is a particularly high point on it. I kind of love that they lean into a grungy style, a grungy look, and they kind of have that silly and like they love kind of silliness and creepiness in equal measure. And I think they're just a really fun band to listen to.
Nice. No, fair. Yeah, Wet Leg, Monge 2, the fourth song on the Full Circle.
Do you like Wet Leg, or are they completely out for you?
No, I haven't listened to them properly enough to still make. I think I did listen to them a little bit in lockdown. There was a lot of bands that I didn't get into back then who I've now since got into. So maybe I just didn't give them a chance. I'll listen to it and I'll see. And yeah, I'm sure it's one of those where maybe I just didn't give them a chance. But they're just not a band I'm listening to at the moment. But yeah, no, one more song to go. But before we do that, I want to do a BuzzFeed quiz.
Okay.
So choose 10 one-hit wonders and we'll guess your age with 91% accuracy. I will give you all the choices and you've got to choose the one that you go for. And there's like 10, you got to do it 10 times.
10 rounds. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is the first song. These are the first songs for your playlist. You're Beautiful by James Blunt. Me and You by Cassie. I Don't Want to Be by Gavin DeGraw. Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston.
Oh, I hate that song.
I Want to Be Bad by Willa Ford. And Thong Song by Cisco.
Oh, Thong Song. Let's go for that.
Thong Song. That is a banger, isn't it?
It used to feel so like edgy when you were a young kid singing it because you're like, oh, it's about pants.
Yeah. Okay, next one's Stacey's Mom by Fountains of Wayne.
Hate it.
Do you?
Yeah, everyone loves it. It is a terrible song. It's a terrible song.
Wow. Oh, that is controversial.
A hill I will die on. It's the sort of song that people who don't like music like.
Oh, wow.
They'll stand there in the nightclub and they'll sing all the lyrics as if that's what liking music is, and it's rubbish. They've never been to a gig in their life.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that is strong. Okay, next one. One Thing by A. Marie. See, that's a song that I can't stand. Next one is American Boy by Estelle. Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol, which is a bit harsh. I wouldn't call that I wouldn't call them a one-hit wonder. California by Phantom Planet and Torn by Natalie Imbruglia.
Oh, it's either going to be I'm not going to pick Natalie Imbruglia because she's not a one-hit wonder. That Jagged Little Pill album, which Taylor Hawkins is actually drumming on, is unreal. So I'm going to go for Estelle. Absolute slapped. Kanye before he went nuts.
Yeah, although he's now back on medications. I think he's now trying to go back to.
I mean, I'm not sure how much I can redeem somebody who, wore Nazi insignia.
No, exactly. We literally had the same. I think I had the same conversation with someone yesterday. It was exactly the same words. Right, next one. Who Let the Dogs Out by Baha Men. 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton. Graduation Friends Forever by Vitamin C. No More Baby I'ma Do Alright by 3LW. Supergirl by Crystal Harris. And F It, I Don't Want You Back by Eamon.
Oh, I hated that one as well. There's a lot of songs I didn't like here. What was the third one? Vanessa Carlton, 1,000 Miles. Let's go for that.
Yeah.
Bit of Terry Crews doing it, White Chicks.
Oh, I love that. That is so funny. Fun fact, I actually did email Vanessa Carlton's management if she wanted to come on the Full Circle. Politely declined.
Oh, you got a reply?
Yeah, polite. Yeah, it's not very often. If either people will be keen or people will just ignore me. That's usually how it works. It's very rare to get a polite decline. So that was one of them. Okay, next one. I Try by Macy Gray.
Oh, tune. She did this recently. This is showing my age now. She did it recently on Radio 2 on their YouTube. She did this cracking live version. She hasn't lost anything from her voice. Brilliant.
Fair. Joshua Mass Singer?
No. I have no
No.
interest.
So
Was she on it?
a couple of years ago, she was revealed as one of the people, and she didn't win. She was probably I don't know. She actually got it pretty early. She was absolutely fuming. It was she was genuinely watch it. It's so awkward. She was absolutely, and apparently I then read into it. Apparently the same thing happened in America. So she got it in America as well. And apparently she was fuming then as well. That'd be just a little joke.
I thought the Masked Singer was all XMPs and minor celebrities. I didn't realize it was actual singers.
Yeah, there are singers on it as well, but it's just it's it's a joke. It's corny. It's not meant to be taken seriously. It's just a laugh. But she just got Okay, so that's one. Collide by Howie Day. Take Me Away by Fifi Dobson. Because I Got High by Afro Man. Save Tonight by Eagle Eye Cherry, or Move Your Body by Nina Sky.
I'm gonna go with Because I Got High, because that was one I remember having that on. There was a Top of the Pops double CD that I got for Christmas one year off somebody, and you could put the CD into your PC, and you could actually see the music video. You had it wasn't just a CD. You could also play it on. You could play the video as well. It was epic.
I remember those. Those were the days. See, now you just go on Spotify. Now they've just got that feature.
Yeah, everything there. I had one video of a song I didn't even like.
Baffling. Kids these days don't know how easy it is. Right, next one. Closing Time by Semisonic. What Is Love by Hadaway. Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Barbie Girl by Aqua. Breathe, 2 a.m. by Anna Nalick, or The Bad Touch by the Bloodhound Gang.
This is the best round so far. What were the first two again?
Closing Time by Semisonic, or What Is Love by Hadaway.
Oh, I'm going to go for Hadaway.
What Is Love, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I would have gone for Bad Touch. That is just a banger.
It is.
Oh, next one. Okay, I mean, for next one, I've got a clear number one, but let's see what you go for. Butterfly by Crazy Town. Hit 'em Up Style Oops by Blue Cantrell. Oops Oh My by Tweet. Just a Friend by Biz Markie. Friday by Rebecca Black. Or Absolutely Story of a Girl by 9 Days.
I'm going to go to the first one.
Crazy Town Butterfly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love
Stone
that
Cold
song.
classic.
See, that's a song. That's a song that a lot of people have the same opinion about that you do about Stacey's mom. Apparently, a lot of people think that's that's the jock song sort of thing. That's what.
But it's the same thing where people like to learn the rap and sing along, and people who don't like music like Crazy Town, but it's credible in my book.
Yeah. Samples are actually from a song as well, which I'm rapping today.
Exactly,
so
I noticed.
Right, yeah. Next, Mambo Number 5 by Lou Bega. You Gotta Be by Desiree. What's Up by Four Non-Blondes. Bop by Hanson. My Neck, My Back, Lick It by Kia. Or Tipsy by Jaquan.
I'm going to go for Four Non-Blondes there. I think I'm trending very old. I think it's going to it's going to think I'm older than I am. Because I'm picking old songs here.
You are. Not long to go, though. We've got 3 more. Okay. Crazy by Knowles Barkley. Shake It by Metro Station. Somebody That I Used to Know by Gotya. Laffy Taffy by D4L. Never Leave You Uh-Oh by Lummy D. Or Tub Thumpin' by Chumbawamba.
I'm going to go Chumbawamba. They've got some really good political views without expressing mine. If you look up Chumbawamba, they're really good eggs. Surprisingly so. You think there's some throwaway band. They're actually really good people.
You can give your views if you want. I'm not gonna. I'm not. I don't care.
Just look up Chumbawamba.
Okay,
I'll go with whatever they do.
That's what you think. I get knocked down, then I get up again. Okay, next one. Bad Day by Daniel Powter, Untouched by the Veronicas, Boston by Ugostana, Gotta Tell You by Samantha Mumba, He Loves You Not by Dream, or Turn Me On by Kevin Little. Do you remember that?
They're all awful. I don't think there's a single song I can like in that.
What about Untouched?
Oh, the Veronica, the Veronicas, yeah, with the violins in it.
That's probably the only one. Yeah.
It's not a good song. It's not a good song. But I'll go for it.
Okay. Last one. Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus. The B Word by Meredith Brooks. Macarena by Los Del Rio. Crush by Jennifer Page. Cupid Shuffle by Cupid, or Ocean Avenue by Yellow Card.
I think I'm going to have to go for Wheatus. Otherwise, your podcast's going to blow up in it. You're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
It's definitely the best out of those songs.
Yes, definitely. 37.
Oh, see, I'm trending old.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But on the upper limit, right? If you 10% it, yeah, you just, still wrong with the 10%. Your music taste has no limits, and you never hesitate to listen to one-hit wonders from various decades. Oh no, we're 34, aren't we? No, if you 10% it, then you're right. Music is your life, and you'll always love building playlists because you come from the mixtape era, apparently.
I remember making mixtapes. Yeah, I definitely did. Would you ever record? I had tapes.
Yes.
And I would record CDs and stuff off the radio.
Yeah, I'd loved, but you'd always then remember, because sometimes the DJ would speak over it, and it was so annoying when they would do that.
Yeah. I remember nicking one. My mum had a tape which had like Crizzo songs on. Do you remember when Zane Lowe did his masterpieces?
Yeah.
He played Led Zepp 4, and I'd never heard Led Zepp 4 before, and I recorded that. And Mum went to play her like hymns, and it was like Black Dog.
Oh no.
It was awesome. It was such a good.
I love it.
So worth
it. Love that. Yeah, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. So I'm glad it was just that. Oh my goodness. Right, let's wrap things up. How does Wet Leg Mange Toot link to the last song on the Full Circle?
So my last song, Wet Leg, as a band, actually has 5 members. A lot of people think it's just the 2 girls, but they've actually got there's 5 of them. And this band I've chosen now also has 5 original members, and they were quite famous of having multiple lead guitarists. And so the song I've chosen is Lynyrd Skynyrd and Freebird. And quite famously, in each of the band members during the song does their own guitar solo and builds and builds and builds. And it almost became like I don't think it was a competition, but one after the other, they get just more and more ridiculous and longer and longer and longer. So the reason why I picked it was, you'll remember, but I'm not sure it was either you or Jay had never heard this song before, and we had Guitar Hero in the flat.
Oh yeah.
And we used to do a thing where we could pick each other's songs. So I picked one of you guys, Freebird, and 12 minutes later. Oh, it must have been Jay, because Jay was really good. And he didn't know what the song was. And 10 minutes later, his fingers are like melted to the fretboard of the guitar. Because it was just like absolutely ridiculous. He was like, when will this song end? That was really good.
Oh, I love that. Oh, what a great way. What a great final song. Lynyrd Skynyrd, Freebird, the last song of the Full Circle. Now, how does that link back to Geese Who Paid You Cocaine?
Well, Freebird, Geese.
Ah, clever. Very clever. I didn't even get that until you just said it. Ah, nice. Hence completing the Full Circle. Yay. Ah, nice. They were good. Yes, okay, the 5 band members one is a bit tenuous, but apart from that, the links were relatively good. I'll take it.
I challenge you to get from Wet Leg to Lynyrd Skynyrd in fewer steps.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it on the spot, not gonna lie. Ben, it has been a long time coming. I'm so glad that we've been able to do this. It's an absolute honor. Thank you for being the voice of the Full Circle, and for coming on and just having a great chat about music, and just having a laugh. Was there anything that you wanted to share with the Full Circle Nation before we wrap things up?
I don't think so. Just thanks for having me. It's been great fun and nice to talk through music with you for a bit. It's been a while since we've chatted music, so we'll have to have some more chats offline about who you thought was really bad at the Back to the Beginning gig.
Yes, yeah, for sure. And obviously, hopefully we can see each other again in person. I know you have a very, with the commute, I know it can be a bit long, but hopefully we can find some time to just see each other again and just have a proper catch up, because it'll be great to see you
Absolutely,
again. It's been a little while. Ben, one more thing. Do you not eat beef, or do you eat beef?
I do eat beef, unfortunately.
So you've not been staying safe. That's fine. That's fine.
I haven't been staying safe.
But for everyone else, stay safe.
Don't eat beef.